or something?
Oh, that's fine with me.
Baylor's already had one in College Station.
And really bounced back pretty well from that game.
Johnson out there on the hot shooting Tweety Carter. He'll drive it and pass it. Shepard ran into Blake Griffin. Shepard taken away by David Godbold. Looks like another head ball coming up. And David Godbold gets the ball and calls timeout. That saves Oklahoma the possession arrow. And Blake Griffin having some words with Shepard. Good job by the coaches and the officials to separate it. I don't know, Split. The way
the officials are going to be going to the monitor.
The way this game has gone, maybe something like this had to happen.
Yeah, that last scramble was really intense. It was basketball until then. I was surprised the whistle did not blow. No real clear foul, but a lot of people involved, a lot of bodies flying around.
And again, we emphasize this is one of the best officiating crews in college basketball. Steve Wilmer, Mark Whitehead, Curtis Shaw. Right now, the three of them are conversing with each other before Wilmer, who is the lead official, will go over and have a look at the monitor. That's Curtis Shaw on the right. That's Mark Whitehead on the right. Curtis Shaw on our left. And the big fella, Steve Wilmer. They're going to tell both coaches to chill. And a good officiating crew here, Split, will take as much time as they need to sort things out.
Well, the scramble is on right there. Nobody really has possession of the basketball. Rogers right there trying to pass out of traffic. Fires it over. It goes off with Longar. Mark Shepard is in the mix right there. And the scramble is on. I think David Godbold ends up with it. Again, they try to roll it out to Rogers. There's the pileup right there.
Now that's where Godbold calls the timeout right there. The Wilmer signals. But keep your eye on the guys on the floor. Griffin and Shepard were tied up with each other. Now they're starting to get up. Oh, Shepard threw an elbow into the face of Blake Griffin. We'll see what else the officials might see. It looked like everything had settled down, Split, and all of a sudden up came the left elbow of Mark Shepard.
An emotional part of the ball game. Tough at times just to get up and get off the floor and go to your team huddle. You saw the elbow from Shepard, and I think maybe there was a push in there from one of the Oklahoma players, maybe Tony Crocker. Yeah, there's the push from Crocker.
Now Griffin gets up, throws his teammate aside. Griffin was upset at the elbow of Shepard, but then it appeared Tony Crocker shoved Shepard.
Now there are reasons that an official can go over and check the monitor. Certainly scoring. You can look for the three-point shot. You can certainly look at the clock with everything that's happened in college basketball the last week. But any kind of skirmish like this, they can go and make sure that they get all the participants. You've got all kinds of cameras recording this game. Look at all the angles.
And I think this is a definitive view right here. Tony Crocker, number 5. Now watch Shepard with the left elbow right there, knocking Griffin back, and then Tony Crocker comes in and shoves Mark Shepard. And if you're Oklahoma, you're hoping for an intentional or a flagrant foul, but your man retaliated, so Tony Crocker could get rung up here as well.
And then do they look at Blake Griffin because he was going after and then trying to initiate some more activity there. So officials got plenty of time. This is what they need to do. Go over, take a look at the tape, replay it as many times as you need to. Everybody go ahead and give your opinion on what you think should happen. Apply the rules, administer the rules to the game.
I think they've seen all the tape they need to see. They just want to make sure they're all on the same page with what's about to be called. Wilmer on your right. Steve Wilmer, the lead official.
Really gives coaches a great opportunity right here to cool everybody down. Let's get it back to basketball.
Now each one will go to a coach and explain what happens here.
Coaches hit the floor very quickly to separate players. Did a good job to make sure that nothing else happened after the original contact.
Jeff Capel calmly listening now to Wilmer after the explanation, which was very brief, to Scott Drew. I'm going to take off the headset for a moment, Split.
A little clearing up needs to be done on this because of the people involved. And certainly Oklahoma got the tie up, got the ball. They should have possession. See what transpired after that. Steve Wilmer, the lead official, coming over to explain. This is where college basketball is awesome. So many times you end up guessing what happened or what the ruling is, but we're right next to the floor right here, and the officials do a super job of, one, administrating the game, calling the game. Had an opportunity to go over and take a look at the monitor, and they come and explain it to the coaches, good enough to come over and work with us as well. They'll tell us exactly what happened, the rules they're going to apply, and how they're going to make this thing work out over the next couple of minutes. We had a situation last week at Lubbock, whether it was an intentional foul, a technical foul, because the clock had stopped, they called it a technical foul. Wouldn't have known that if officials hadn't come over to tell us.
All right, here's the deal. Mark Shepard, flagrant foul, he is ejected. Blake Griffin in retaliation, technical foul. That's Darby Rich, the Sooners strength and conditioning coach. He's out for leaving the bench. And another Baylor player, and I'm not sure if that is Richard Hurd or Jabril Thiam on the bench, also ejected for leaving the bench. So what Steve Wilmer said to me, the flagrant foul and the technical, the free throws cancel each other out. The timeout stands, and it's Oklahoma basketball. No free throws will be shot. So Blake Griffin, you got to charge him with his third foul on the technical, but he's still in the game. And for throwing that elbow, Mark Shepard ejected on a flagrant foul.
Flagrant foul is automatic ejection from the ball game. That does certainly not help Baylor. Remember, they're in all kinds of foul trouble in their front line. Tony Crocker may be a little bit fortunate he didn't get strapped or something.
Now, that flagrant foul by Shepard is his fourth, but he's ejected. Doesn't matter if it's your first, second, third, fourth, or fifth when it's flagrant. Now the officials will just take a little 30-second breather timeout here. And we'd like to thank Steve Wilmer for coming over and explaining the whole thing. He's one of the best.